Before we get into today's video, this is just a little apology about the audio on my last video. That was really quite a challenge. I genuinely can't tell you what I'd done and how I messed the audio up so badly. But I'd already uploaded it to YouTube once and deleted it after I watched it because I realised the audio was so bad. Had another stab at it, and well, the audio was certainly not any better. I don't know if it was any worse, but it certainly wasn't any better. And then this video that you're now about to watch, this was quite a challenging edit, I'm not going to lie, because I think I got a bit distracted halfway through and I somehow ended up with 45 minutes, of which I've managed to put it right back. So that's why this one has taken a little bit of a while to get to you. But anyway, that's enough of me rabbiting on. Enjoy the video. Thanks for watching. Hello and welcome to Zoe Road. What a beautiful evening it is this evening. I think it's about 7-ish, something like that. It is a little bit chilly in the shade, but if anything, it's quite nice coming out in here when it's a little bit cooler, because it's very hot in here in the heat of the day. But a couple of little things to do. If you saw my last video, you saw how well my sunflower seedlings had started off. And then in the same video, because I done it over 2 or 3 days, I know, absolutely terrible. You'll also know that the slugs and snails had a good feast on my sunflowers. So I'm going to put those in with the rest of my sunflowers that the slugs haven't got after. And I also am going to do a little bit more sowing. So I need to do my corn, of which I'm going to put some in here and then sow some in pots. And I need to redo my, do some more sweet peas, because although I've got these two here, I would like a few more. I obviously need to do some more beetroot as well, because I genuinely don't know what's happened there. And again, with these, like with the corn, I'm going to sow straight in, and I'm going to do some in pots. And then with these two, I've got some more herbs that I want to sow. So I've got some curl leaf parsley and some basil. But with those ones, I'm literally just gonna just shake a whole load into one of my little herb trays and hope for the best, I guess. With my my sad little sunflower seedlings of what I've got left, and I think there's only 4 in there that are salvageable. Honestly, just when I thought the slugs had given up and had enough, it's unbelievable. And out of the original sowing of sunflowers, I've only managed to get 2. I don't know if this one, or keep 2. I don't know if this one in here will actually do anything. I don't think that one will, but I am just going to leave them in there for a bit longer. Oh, honestly, those slugs are just absolutely relentless. I just really hope we don't get too much more rain now, so I can actually see some success. And I don't know how many eggshells I need to just scatter around places to try and get rid of the horrible little things as well. I just don't bloody get it. I really don't. Why me? I say why me. There's plenty of other gardeners that I follow on YouTube, and they all have exactly the same problem. Oh, honestly, I must look absolutely mad. I've just got stacks of eggshells everywhere. Well, that's that jobbed already. Hey! Before I do the rest of the sowing, I'm just going to sprinkle some of these. And plus, it's quite chilly outside, and my little herby patch is in the shade. So yeah, and this is literally all I'm going to do. And again, this is another one of those times where I definitely should have brought my tripod out here, but well. Oh, and that's that whole packet gone. And now for the basil. And I know I said in one of my other videos that basil likes it to be hot, but I'm just going to throw it in here and see what happens. So I'm going to start with my corn, and corn seeds look just like dried up kernels of corn. Is it kernels? I think so, isn't it? I don't think I've grown corn before. I think I did try a couple of years ago, but I wasn't very successful. And they weren't ones that I had sown myself. They were ones that I'm fairly certain I just bought them from a garden centre, just little ones, but then because I didn't know what I was doing, they didn't have enough space. I'm fairly certain I didn't water them very often either, so I'm just going to throw a few in there and tuck them in nicely. Well, and that's our corn sown. This lovely big gap here, I think, is where I'm going to put my beetroots. I don't know if I'm supposed to make a trench or anything in here. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just going to roll with it and see what happens. What's the worst that can happen, eh? Who else likes Dr. Pepper? It's my favourite. And beetroot seeds, kind of, I don't know, I don't really know what they look like, but they work in... I think someone said I think it might have been Ben on Good Old Grey Veg, you know, my mate Ben, said that beetroot seeds are like clusters. So even if you like just plant one of them, you'll get sort of like a few seedlings out of them. But I don't have any. I think I've got one beetroot seedling left in here, which is really quite upsetting. And I was successful growing beetroot from seed last year. I'll try and find, I've got a photo of one somewhere, but I did have a really nice big one last year. That sounds a bit cheeky, doesn't it? There we go. I probably could use my doodad, but my soil's quite nice and moist. Oh, and I can hear that fat pigeon. Oh, he started trampling some of my violas now. Honestly, greedy little monkey. I've put quite a few of these in each hole. Oh, hello, Mr. Woodlouse. So hopefully that'll work. And I haven't put too many in. We'll soon find out. But I've got plenty more seeds in there, so it doesn't hurt to sow a lot. Well, and that's it. Beetroot and corn sown, well, in the ground anyway. And whilst I'm down this way, and I was sorting all my sticks and everything out. Like, I mean, this nasturtium here has gone absolutely bonkers. So I put this cane in to try and encourage these little guys to creep and crawl up around this cane. Oh, she says as she pulls it straight out of the ground. Oh, there we go. Get them muscles out, Zoe. Oh, lovely. And I don't know if any or many of you know this, but nasturtiums, the leaves and the plants on them are edible. I think they're curry flavoured. I think that's what someone said. I'm not 100% certain. I can't remember. I haven't tried them. I haven't tried them myself, so I couldn't actually tell you what they taste like. But I used to work somewhere where they used to grow nasturtiums to pack them to send off to, you know, different hospitality vendors and stuff like that, so they could use them as garnishes on their fancy foods and things. And violas are also, and I love pressing violas. I've got hundreds of dried pressed violas indoors, and dried pressed violas look absolutely gorgeous on wedding cakes and things like that. So I do actually have two new jobs now, one of which is working in a little coffee shop, so Becca's doing barista stuff, and then the other one is working at a lovely wedding venue. So I've seen a lot of wedding cakes just recently with lots of dried flowers and things on. They look absolutely gorgeous. I don't really know how I'm supposed to tame these bits here, but that's just mad. Oh, I know, I see a bit of orange, so we're going to be flowering up here soon. I don't know whether it might be worth me putting a bit of netting in there to try and pull these guys this way, but then I don't know if it might be more advantageous if I just let them grow into the veggie patch. I really don't know. I've got this one in here, but he's being, I say he, I assume he's a he. Oh goodness me, can't be making those assumptions in this day and age. So but I'm assuming that this guy is gradually going to wrap around this leg here and this leg here, but I'm very happy with how these are doing. I think that was the first thing that germinated, or one of the first things that I germinated that I sowed this year, so I'm very happy with those. But talking of sowing and germinating, let's do some more, shall we? Okay, so most important things first, a tip of C. No, a sip of tea. Goodness me. See, that's how much I need it. There we go. Okay, so I think to start off with, I might as well go. No, I'm going to put those in. Oh, what do I do? What do I do? Oh no, I might as well go with carry on with the beetroots and the corn, but I'm not going to sow as many of these into the pots because I'm really hoping that we've got the right weather now, that those guys will be more than happy germinating down in the veggie patch, especially once they get a good drink every day. So I'm just gonna, oh no, I forgot there was a hole in the side of that packet. So I'm just gonna sprinkle some of those on the top there, and then just give them a mush round and a cover up, and we're all labelled. Lovely jubbly. And somehow, miraculously, I really don't know how it's happened, but my seedling compost is still a bit damp, which I really not sure why or how. So I'm not going to bother watering these today, because we don't want to drown the little buggers. And then I'm going to go with some corn as well in here. I'm gonna go for 6 in here, because I can always sow some more, I guess. And again, I'm just gonna tuck them in like so. Boom, that's those guys done. Oh, more tea. Drink tea. Oh, lovely chocolate. With my sweet peas, I don't have any more toilet roll holders. So I am going to have to use a pot for these, which I assume you can still use pots. I think I don't know, I guess it's just an easier way using tubes, because you can just plant them straight in. Oh, listen, my favourite thing. Oh, Russell. I'm not sorry. I know I probably should be, but I'm not. Oh no, I don't have much compost left in here. I don't have much sowing to do. Oh, and it looks like I'll have to get someone to take me to a garden centre to buy some more compost. Uh-oh. That's always his favourite job. It's my favourite place. Oh, do you know, excuse the noise. I'm just going to tip this in here. It's going to be easier. Oh no, I didn't get any of my tea. Oh, look at that. That was the perfect amount for my 2 pots there. Happy days. And there's only 35 seeds in here. I've only got 2 sweet peas coming up. We're going to see Billy's granny next weekend, of which I wanted to be able to take some sweet peas with me for her, because it's one of her favourite flowers. But unfortunately, I've been unable to. Oh no, we can't drop them. Goodness me, Zoe. And then these are our little sweet pea seeds. So they look a bit different to the ones that I had, because they were obviously hand harvested. So I assume that these go through a special machine or something to make sure they're all good. And I'm literally just going to sprinkle them over the tops of the pots like so, and hope for the best germination rate on these. And it'd be absolutely amazing if these have germinated enough to be able to take some to Billy's granny next weekend. If not, it'll be well, I've got still loads of violas, I've got loads of dianthus, I've got loads of everything. I think I've gone a bit mad with the sowing. I was talking to my nanny on the phone the other day, and she asked me if I've run out of space. And I laughed hard. I was like, yeah, of course I have, nanny. Of course I ran out of space. Oh, must label these. And what are these? These are our sweet peas. Oh, so this is my 3rd sowing of sweet peas. But I do think that my first ones failed. One, because I brought them out too early. Or a mixture of bringing them out, or trying to sow them out here when it was still a bit too chilly. And also they weren't necessarily good enough seed. But even though I have been a bit unsuccessful with some stuff this year, it's not all bad, because at least I've got plenty of things or at least I've learned plenty of things to know for next year. And the biggest one is, don't try and sow anything outside in your greenhouse in February and March, because it's clearly not going to work. It's clearly too cold. So next year, everything will be getting sown indoors. Talking of being sown indoors, I have still got my pepper and chili plants indoors that I need to bring out and prick out, which that might be a this week job. I think it probably should be a this week job. But that is all I wanted to sow for today. But whilst I've got you in here, I'm just going to give you a bit more of a show around to see where we're at with everything. Because I feel that, you know, if you guys are watching me do stuff from the beginning, surely you want to see how they're getting on, right? This is where the camera might be a little bit wobbly, because I'm using my hand and not my tripod, because it's going to be easier instead of carrying this big old thing around my greenhouse. But I definitely should, you know, when I went to Wales last weekend, I was packing everything up, and I was like, should I take my tripod with me? It might be easy for some like photo ops and stuff like that. I'm like, nah, why do I need to take my tripod? I don't need that to go to Wales with. And there was genuinely a point where we were in the water by the waterfall, and I really, really could have done with my tripod, so that we could have got all 5 of us in the water in a picture together, as opposed to 4 of us and you know, and sort of like a selfie from my friend and everything. And her sister, bless her heart, she took most of the photos. So yeah, shout out to you, my lovely. And I always manage to get a random waffle and rambling about just something and nothing all at the same time, don't I? I'm not sorry. Nothing's going on with these, because you've literally just watched me sew these in. But these 3 at the front here that aren't so little anymore, these are the anti-rhinums that me and my mum sewed for my little niece. So that'll be a special little video dedicated to her when I come to potting those on. Got some more celosia down here, because obviously the slug's got my first lot. These are left over from the wedding seedlings. And then I've got some hollyhocks. And these hollyhocks, they're a little bit more special than most. So let me show you. So this marvel here is a hollyhock. And this hollyhock, my nanny and granddad, they I don't know if they harvested seeds from their hollyhock plant in their garden, but they sowed some seeds and they germinated some, and then they gave me 3 or 4, and I planted them straight in, and I've got this monster, and honestly it grows to like up here. It's so big, beautiful flowers. Bees absolutely love them. I'm gonna try and dry some this year as well. And then last year I oh, and look, I've got some flower heads coming through, but they've got to grow a lot taller than that first. Last year, when they came, when they went to seed, I harvested loads and loads of the seeds, and so those hollyhock seedlings that you see in the greenhouse are from this hollyhock plant here that my grandparents gave me. Just sort of got a little bit, makes me feel a little bit warm and fuzzy inside when I look at it. Really chuffed that these guys have come up. I did ask my nanny the other day when I was on the phone to her if she wanted some more hollyhocks. I can't remember what she said, and she's supposed to be the 87-year-old, and I'm the one with a bad memory. So I might take her some next week. I might not. I might just ask her again if she wants any. And then this oregano, I mean, this stuff seems really quite resilient, because obviously I sowed a mass. Sorry, I haven't got my tripod. And I just literally been like ripping off clumps and giving it away to people. But this stuff is just still going. But then on the other hand, we've got basil that needs its own little humidity dome to even sort of look remotely happy. Obviously, if you watched my last video, you saw these bad boys. I'm going to try and get as close to them as I can, so you can really see how high they are. And yeah, I'm about 5'2" ish. So these are really quite tall. Very big and bushy. And to say they're out of spuds that were just rooting in my cupboard, I think they're doing all right. I have got a photo, I think it's from last year's harvest of my potatoes. I think it was just one enormous one. I gave it to Nanny and Grandad. And I think Nanny and Grandad were very happy, along with the teeniest, tiniest carrots in the world. I don't think they were able to do anything. They probably threw them in the bin, but accepted them to human me. Lovely. I better drink my tea before it goes cold. It's nearly cold, but it's okay. I'm a wrong un. I drink it cold. Billy thinks it's absolutely disgusting. But anyway, as well as this tea going cold and needed to make another one, I do have to have my dinner. It is 20 to 8 in the evening, but it just feels amazing to still actually be outside. It is a little bit chilly even in the greenhouse now, but just the fact that I can be out here still at this time of night, it's just amazing, and it's so rewarding seeing how everything's growing. And obviously the fact that that I've been vlogging, I guess that's technically what I've been doing here as well. And I've sort of like gone back and had a look at some of my other videos. It makes it sound really bad. I've been watching my own stuff, but not my videos on YouTube. Some of my video clips and stuff of, especially my thumbnails. Because my thumbnails are sort of where you can really see the progress and everything. So I've got it all saved on my phone. I must get a hard drive. So I'm running out of storage on my phone and on my laptop. But yeah, I saw one of my pictures the other day when I was going through my photos trying to find something to show someone, of when I first planted the veggie patch. And obviously everything was like this big. It was teeny tiny. And now it looks like this. And obviously when I first started, this was just tires with compost in it, and now we have potatoes, and it's so nice to come out here every day. It's just so rewarding. It feels really nice and good for the soul as well. And I think it was last week or the week before that I had some of my own salad leaves. Oh, and I had salad at work last night. I didn't have any of my own salad leaves, but I did have some of my own radishes in there, and that was really nice. And then when the girls that I was working with, what are you nomming on there? Some of my own homegrown radishes. It just makes you feel warm and fuzzy inside. So even if you don't have it, you don't have a lot of space or anything else like that, but if there is something that's simple and easy to grow, like tomatoes, for example, tomatoes grow fine in pots and, and grow bags and whatever, I'd highly recommend it. When the world's crazy and everything else, I just shut myself in my little greenhouse and, it's just really good for the soul, in my personal opinion anyway. You know me. Can't help but waffle and ramble on about nonsense and everything else. Guess what I have just seen? Guess where he's going? In the conifers! Honestly, will they ever leave me alone? If only there was a way that you could file a restraining order against slugs and snails, but not just any one in particular, all of them, every single one of them. But I'm sure as the season progresses, I'll have issues with other different pests and things like that. Hopefully not, but I'm sure there will be. There's always got to be a challenge, right? I promise. This really is it now. But as always, thank you very much for popping past and seeing me. Much appreciated. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe, because it really does help me out and it helps me reach further audiences. I don't know what this is. This is a swimming motion, not further audience motion. Now I'm wobbling my leg around. But if you subscribe, there'll definitely be more of this action going on, especially as it gets hotter and I get my paddling pulled out. But there will, I will always be in my humble little greenhouse, because as I say every time, there is so much to do in here all of the time. So yeah, definitely come back and see me again soon. Laters, taters.